Picking out wines for Thanksgiving can be a daunting task, but with a little know-how in the right direction, you can do it easy. Stay tuned to find out more next on Tuesday Night Wines. Hi, welcome to Tuesday Night Wines. I'm John Lennart, host of the wine podcast, The Honest Pour, and award-winning wine journalist. You know, in the wine writing community, there's always been a debate about one thing, and people are equally divided into two camps, and that is the thought of what does the reader want? Does the reader want something like, here's some great wines for Thanksgiving that you should try? Some wine writers thought, no, that's too simple, it's too base. Other writers would say that's the most requested wine article of the entire year. In fact, my friend Joey Hernandez and I used to go at it, and he was on the side of this is the most requested article I get all year, and I was on the other side. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized it's a little snobby. Isn't that right, Marvin?
Oui.
So like Marvin, I was a little snobby when it came to these things, but that's all about to change now. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to be bringing you some great wines that you could serve on your Thanksgiving table. Now, often at Thanksgiving tables, you're going to bring out a celebratory wine, but that's up to you. You know, everyone's got their own budget, and some people are trying to stay on a budget when it comes to wines for Thanksgiving. So these wines, again, I'm going to stick to our under $20 and under $25 a bottle price range. Now, the interesting thing about wines for Thanksgiving dinner is that because of the wide range of flavor profiles that a Thanksgiving meal offers, you can serve just about any well-made wine. So tonight I'm going to present one to you, and then next week will be something really different. Now, tonight's wine is Chardonnay, and people act really in a polarized manner when it comes to Chardonnay. Some love it, and some are in this camp called the ABC camp. It's a term come up years ago called anything but Chardonnay. And the anything but Chardonnay camp was basically a reaction to a lot of kind of crummy Chardonnay that was being made. It was Chardonnay that was overly oaked and overly buttery and rich. Just kind of dumb, flabby one-note wines, which is a real shame because Chardonnay makes some of the world's greatest white wines. Then several years back, this anti-oak aging fad started, and this was people who wanted no oak in their Chardonnay at all. Now, an unoaked Chardonnay is not a bad thing. It's not necessarily better, it's just different. You know, when it comes to the use of oak in the Chardonnay, the oakiness comes from the oak barrels that are used to age the wine. And great winemakers use oak like great chefs use salt. It's there not to dominate the flavor, but it is there to enhance it, to give it a little spice, a little backbone. And if you ever taste that little bit of toastiness or vanilla in your wine, that's coming from oak. Now, one of the reasons that Chardonnay is called the world's greatest white wine grape is that it gives winemakers sort of a blank palate. Because of the nature of the juice, it can give winemakers the ability to create a wine that expresses the place, expresses their style. It gives them just the chance to do anything they want to make great wine. Now, tonight's Chardonnay is from Napa Valley. Napa Valley, often known for Cabernet Sauvignon, obviously, but there's some amazing Chardonnays that come from there. This Chardonnay comes from the far south end of the Napa Valley, almost to Carneros. Not quite there, but kind of on the southern slopes of Mount Veeder. Now, you'd think that as you get further south, it would get warmer in Napa Valley. As you travel south through Napa Valley, you actually get closer and closer to the San Pablo Bay, which is an amazing cooling influence on the southern end of the Napa Valley. So as you get up north towards Calistoga, hotter. South towards Napa and Coombsville, Carneros, the south part of Mount Veeder, it's much cooler there. So that lends itself to growing some beautiful Chardonnay grapes. Before we get into tonight's wine, be sure to click the subscribe and like button below. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers. It's been a slow go, but I know you guys could help me out. It would be really terrific. It means a lot to me. It's a little click for you. And when you do it, you're definitely going to get all of my content coming to you right away as soon as you sign on to YouTube. So please click the subscribe and like button below. All right, so on to the wine. We know it's Chardonnay. We know it's from the south end of Napa Valley. So I'm expecting nice big fruit, nice rich fruit. Wow, in the glass, amazing honeysuckle aromas. Golden delicious apple, pear. Yeah, it's and there's a little bit of spiciness to it, so I'm expecting a little bit of that oak influence. Yeah, again, I'm getting golden delicious apple, pear, mixed mixed citrus. A little bit to the kind of lemon zest, but there's some other kind of citrusy influences in there. And then definitely we get that white floral kind of honeysuckle influence. Touch of vanilla. Again, oak coming through, but not dominant in any way. This is a beautifully balanced wine. And on a Thanksgiving table, alongside turkey, mashed potatoes and gravy. If your family does an oyster stuffing, this would be beautiful to go with an oyster stuffed turkey. So what is the wine? The wine is 2018 Hess Collection Chardonnay. The suggested retail price of this wine is $25 a bottle, but I've found it in several large wine retailers for $20 a bottle, or even a little bit less. So it fits right into that Tuesday night wine price range. This wine is estate grown, which means the winery actually owns the vineyard, and this vineyard is on the very southern tip there, like I said, of Napa Valley, right along the Carneros border. Now here's something important. Don't confuse this wine with Hess Select Chardonnay. Hess Select is the second label wine of the Hess collection. If you want to learn more about second label wines, check out my video. I'll put the link below. It talks all about second label wines and what that means. This is Hess Collection, though, so remember, Hess Collection Chardonnay. Also, if you want to learn more about Hess, check out my podcast featuring Hess's winemaker, Dave Guffy. I'll post that link below, too. If you have any ideas about what you think would make a great Thanksgiving wine, go ahead and post it in the comments below. Also, don't forget to subscribe and like. Thanks very much, and we'll see you next Tuesday.